another episode of Moving Matters. This program and everything we do is designed with you in mind. We're going to dialogue to inspire, to educate, to motivate, to invigorate, but most of all, we are going to challenge you to make a move. So, with that said, let's get moving. I always like to do these introductions just to kind of give you insight as to what you can prepare yourself for. And because I said those other words of inspire and invigorate and motivate, you might want to go grab your pen, your pencil, get your iPhone so you could take notes so that you can be ready for when you make a move when this episode is over. We don't want you to sit still on it. We don't want you to just sit there and watch us. We want you to participate in your own way. However you feel inspired and motivated to make a move. So I want to kind of tell you a little bit about not just what to expect, but what we're going to challenge you to do. You're not just our audience. We want you to know this is you. You are the moving matter. You are what matters to move. Why? Because we know that you were already set and preordained with something in you to move. In Him, right, we live and we move, right? So what are you inspired to do? What's that thought in the back of your mind that you know you want to do, you just don't necessarily know how to do, or you don't know, I see it, but I'm not motivated to do it yet. Our hope is that in watching this episode today and the subsequent ones to come every Monday evening, something will move you to make a move, get up off the couch. Something will move you that will invigorate you to take that business plan off the shelf. Yep, it's time to do it. I know it seems impossible with the times we're in, but it's time to do it. There are people making great moves, opening businesses in the most horrific time in the world, but it's been at this time to be saturated enough so that we can dig in and make something grow. So maybe that thing you're thinking about, you just don't know how to make that first move. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the steps of moving. Do you remember when you were a child, a toddler, and you were just learning how to walk? Or just simply stand on your own 2 feet? And it was always a parent or something around to grab hold to, just so you can steady yourself, so that you can get your footing. Well, that's the first step. How do you get the footing? How do you take a stand? How do you begin to lift yourself up to be postured for what it is you feel or you have a desire to do, or it's been in you for so long that now it's pushed you to the point where you got to just go on, like Nike said, just do it. Well, that's what we want to talk about. What are your first steps? Well, I would always suggest, and now this is Miss Q. Now, you don't have to do it this way. I'm just giving you suggestions, right? So what are some of the first steps? Well, if you're looking to be in an industry that's already in the earth, I would suggest you research what it is you do or want to do, and then put your spin on it, or your personality or your character or your vision into it. So somebody else has created the shoe, but there's something you want to do different, just a little bit with it. Well, now you can look at the blueprint of what they're doing or have done, and now you add you to the mix. And I love the way somebody said this. There is enough room for everybody's vision when you take your eye off of just what they're doing and you focus in on what you've been designed to do. So it doesn't matter what that thing is. It's in you, so it's supposed to move and be a matter in the earth. Matter is in everything, right? Matter is in us. We are cells that are designed and built and formed into who you are as a human being. Because you matter, the matter in you should move in the earth. So with that said, step one is get your footing. Look around you. See that thing that can hold you up, that can build you up, that can motivate you. Look at someone else's steps. And it's not so that you mimic it, because you don't want to be a mini me of anybody. You want to be a uniquely individual you, because you matter. So whatever that thing is, whether it be in business, it matters. Whether it be in education, you want to go back to school and get your degree, okay, start looking into what it takes to do that, right? So in different areas, it may change a little bit, but the first step is still the same. Get your footing and take a stand for you. Now, just like you just took that stand and you are getting your footing, you're finding your balance, you got to be careful who and what you hold on to. Because some of the things you want to hold on to will cause you to fall. If I were trying to learn to walk for the first time, right, and I want to hold on to something that is steady, that's grounded, but you always got somebody that's looking out for you, right? A mom, a dad, a grandparent, an auntie or uncle who have their hands out there and they're trying to help you to steady yourself. Sometimes we do need someone, but you want to be mindful that you want to be connected to people that can uphold you and not put your vision, your dream, your idea down. You want to connect with those that are going to help you build you up. Build the vision up, build the idea up. So you do have to be careful. Let me say that, because you might share your vision with somebody that's already got an inkling about it, and they take what little nugget you give them and they make a whole Big Mac out of it. So be careful, but don't be fearful. Be careful, but don't move around like you're judging everybody as to whether they're going to be that one, that Judah for you or not. Because even Jesus needed Judah to get motivated to do what he needed to do. So even if it's a mistake, learn from it, right? So let's get you into step two. What is step two? I just kind of alluded to it just a little bit. If some of us, depending on what you're doing, you might need more than motivation. You might need a mentor. You might need someone to kind of lead you into it. You don't have to necessarily know them, but you can definitely look at their story, look at their bio, look at what steps they took, and you're not mimicking. Hear me well. You are not trying to mimic. You're just looking at a trail that has been blazed, but you got your own fire. So make sure you do you and you don't try again to be a mini me of somebody else. Even if it's a parent, even if it's someone you've known for a long time and you see their success, you have your own level of success. So do what you do as the best you can be. So step one, get your footing. Step two, find a path, a source, a resource, an individual, a mentor, a leader, somebody that can help you begin to get your motivation as well as your momentum going so that you are making a clear and precise move. And then step three, in case I didn't say it, it's only 5 because you want to be a full hand and you want to make a hit, right? So step three is going to be not just get on your feet, that's 1. Find a resource, that's 2. 3 is you want to make it so plain to yourself that whatever your vision is, your idea is, no matter what it is that you are trying to move that matters to you, that you know can make a difference in the world, You want to make sure you write it down and you make that vision so plain that you can tell it to somebody in 30 seconds. At best, 1 minute. What is it you're trying to do? I always tell people, no matter what your title is, get a tagline so that you can make it real simple. You can give it to them real plain. If you're in cookies, don't start talking about airplanes. You're trying to take off. No. Keep it related to what you do. I'm trying to make the world a sweeter place. Try my cookie. Right? So you want to keep it within where you are, but at the same time, you want to make it so plain that even when you're not around, you want them to connect you to what you just said in that 30 seconds to 1 minute flat. Right? So that's step number 3. Look at some of the taglines that we see to major businesses and corporations and even individuals, right? So I want to give you a couple of examples of what I mean by a tagline, right? So we know Nike, yes, but Nike says just do it. Every time you hear just do it, you automatically think of the swoosh or the word Nike. Now they have multiple products, but it's one branding, right? So you've got to make sure what you want to do sticks in somebody's head, because somebody can hear just your tagline and be intrigued to say, wait, what are you talking about? And you say X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 and I know so-and-so is doing this, right? So whatever that thing is you're doing, whether it's, and for some people, it's not you trying to do a business. You're not trying to go back to school. That's not what you're on. Your matter is your family. Your matter could be your relationship. Your matter could be relationships. Your matter could be just rebuilding your character. Because, some of us, we do some things and people consider us flawed by one mistake or one mishap. And you're rebuilding yourself sometimes in your own mind before it's out in the matter of the world to see, right? So no matter what it is, these steps will apply. What do I mean? So if I've made some mistakes and I used to be a drug addict and they've always known, Q used to really get high, or Q used to do X, Y, and Z, and Q used to do all of that stuff. Well, at this point, they may have said that, but now I'm going to give them something new to say. Wow, what a change she's made. If she could do it, we could do it. And I might say to them, no, you knew the old me. Let me introduce you to who I am now. Right? So I'm changing the dynamics of my character with the place that I call relationships with others as they see me or saw me. And now I need them to see me as I am. Right? You got to put those things behind you. So maybe your first step to take a stand is forgetting those things behind you and pressing toward the mark, which is a higher calling for yourself. Because you hit your lowest point don't mean you have to stay there. Right? So a moving matter to you could be something as simple as, you're just trying to make a difference in just your existence of where you are and your workplace, your marketplace, whatever that is. In business, you have to matter. In relationship, what you do matters. In family, what you do matters. It could be in arts and entertainment. It could be in any area. I promise you these steps will all apply. Which takes me to step number 4. Step number 4 is probably the simplest, and I probably should have said it as 1. And that is, you've got to believe it before they or it is received or seen. I'll say that again. You have to believe it. So whatever that thing is, how you're making steps and moving through the journey and finding your current, wave and how you're supposed to move and what you're supposed to be doing, you have got to believe in yourself. You have got to believe in what he's shown you. You have got to believe in the vision. And the vision may not be something you write down on paper. The vision could be that he gave you something in a dream, and you cannot believe that was you. but that thing won't leave you. You keep recurring. That dream keeps recurring. That idea keeps coming back. That reinvigoration, that recalibration, that reset keeps playing over and over and over in your mind, in your spirit, in your dreams, in your thoughts. You can probably even see little signs around you, and it's trying to tell you, believe in this, not what was, believe in this. I know you don't say you got enough credentials or education, but believe in this. So you want to make sure that you believe wholeheartedly. So even when something comes to shake that, you don't waver. You might, tremble a little bit, because that might be the fear talking to you. Yep, see, I told you, you can't do it. See, I told you, you'll never make it. I told you, you'll never change. But you have to be sure-footed and know that what you heard, what you see, what you think you can achieve, you can. Doesn't matter who else do or don't believe in it. You can. And I'll give you a clear example. Again, I've said this a couple of times. This vision of doing Movin Matters changed for me over years. Number one, I never thought that I would do it. I said I never thought that I would do it. Two, I was afraid to say it to anybody because I had been used to people that told me, nah, stay in your lane, Q. You're a dancer. You're a prophet. Stay in your lane. There is way more to me than what you see. So I'm going to say this to you. Make this your affirming statement for yourself today. There is way more to me than what they see. I'll say it again. There is way more to me than what they see. You're bigger than you think. Stop thinking so small of yourself. Don't think, the Bible says don't think so highly of yourself, but that means don't be so arrogant. Don't be so stuck that you're the only one. But you can believe that there is more to you than what you're currently in or what you have gone through. All right? So there's more to you than what they see. And you're not doing this to make a believer of anyone. You're doing this so that you are assured you matter. Again, we're back to that same step, which takes me to number 5. Number 5 is this. We were all born with multiplicity of purpose. You're not just born to breathe, exist, and then die. You don't want to die full. You want to transition empty. Why do I say that? Because remember, I don't want to go too deep into here, but the Bible tells a story about a master or an individual giving other individuals talents. But I want to shift that a little bit. God gave all of us multiple gifts, which is all designed in his plan. Then it tells us he makes all things beautiful in its time. That's in Ecclesiastes. But I said I don't want to go too deep on that. You can look this up for yourself. But I want you to understand this one thing. If you forget everything else, take this step away. You ready? Are you ready? Here we go. You got your pen? You got your phone ready on record? Here's the 5th step. The 5th step is move because you matter. Move because it matters. Move because through you something else that's linked to you will begin to move. I know that was really tough. That was so absolutely profound. No, it's not. It's real simple. Anything that stays stagnant, whether it be a muscle gets atrophy, which means it has no more purpose or use, right? If you let something sit to the side too long, it get cobweb. If it's a car, it doesn't run anymore. If it's a business, it obviously can't make any money. So therefore, what is it there for? You are in that same thing. God is looking for you to make a move. And right now, I'm going to say this, and it's so crazy. But I've seen more businesses develop, more people make prosperity during this pandemic than they did for years. I have a dear friend that said, well, since I'm going to be home, I might as well go on and finish my degree. Now she's getting her master's. She only had a few hours to finish up her undergrad. So she figured, I did that. In the fall, she registered in 2020. She registered, and now she's trying to go for her master's. I not only believe that she'll do it, but I declare she'll get her doctorate behind this. Or maybe she'll get another master's degree. So whatever that thing is, make it move because you matter. No matter what it is, no matter where it is, no matter how far away from you it seems to be, I want to inspire you. I want to invigorate you. I want to push you. I really want you to feel challenged to say, man, I've left that there long enough. It's time for me to do it. Some of us, okay, ladies, here we go. Some of us are waiting for marriage to be great. You know you're great by yourself. You will present greatness, and greatness will be found. So don't let the spirit of loneliness hinder you because you're waiting on someone to make life great. You're it. You are a great life living already. So go on and make that move. Go and buy that house. It's okay. Position yourself. Take your stand. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. And put the things together you need to do to go on and purchase that house and watch your inner man soar to believe there's nothing impossible for you to do. So for some of us, you just need that little bit of poke. You need somebody to just go, I don't care how hard it is. Get it done. Sometimes you need a hard coach. You don't need nobody to pacify you and hold your hand. For some of us, we've been hiding behind other individuals, waiting on them to make a move that can make us look great because we're connected to them. Whereas they can't make that move because it's not in them to make the move you see. It's in you to make the move that is in you to do. Don't wait for authentication from somebody else's validation when you've already been validated. How do I know that? Every day you get up and breathe, you're validated. Every day that you get up and you have activity of your limbs, you are validated. So again, this is a great season to make a great move because it's a great day because he's made it to be great. So why don't we be great in it? That's all I'm saying. So with those 5 simple steps, be strong. With those 5 simple little moves, you can make a difference. That's all we're really saying. You can make a difference. So write it down. I don't care if it looks like scribble like you were 5 years old in kindergarten again. Write it all down, and then he'll help you to make sense of the steps as you journey into being okay with even doing it afraid. Because sometimes that's exactly what most of us are doing. You're doing it afraid. You're making moves that you're afraid of. You're making moves that you're still doubting, but you're in the middle of it. So what am I saying? Today is a great day to make a move that not only matters to you, but it matters in the world. So what am I saying today? Moving matters. That's what this program will be about, is continuously, week after week, take on topics and have guests that will help you. I pray will serve you in the challenge of getting you out of that stagnant place or that place where you feel like you've hit the ceiling. We want to show you how to shatter it because we're going to be talking with people that have shattered the ceiling and they are blazing trails and they are pioneers and they've been doing this thing and they have taken those steps and more. So we want to push you into a place, not just prosperity for money, but prosperity for your mind, prosperity for your heart, prosperity for your life. So thank you for joining me today. My hope is that you'll join us every week and that you'll tell somebody about it. and that you will join the Moving Matters Nation, that we're going to post the information as to how to be on the group in Facebook, because there'll be some things that we're going to put in the group that won't be released on the page. There's some episodes that if you are not subscribed on our YouTube channel, you'll never see. Yeah, we want to give you some nuggets to make you move and become a part of the Moving Matters Nation. So thank you again for joining me. Every week we do this. It's not just to motivate you, it motivates me. Let's go make a move and be great today.